Okay, we are live. All right, I have grouted the ceiling. Let me take this out of Zoom. Come on. Zoom is on. Okay. There's my grouted ceiling. I still have to wipe it down a second time. All right. Now, we're going to do these walls. Okay. I've got some fairly good size joints here, unfortunately. And I'm going to take this, put this into this corner. Okay. Okay, I've got this thin set, super thick. Normally it should be about the consistent of mayonnaise, but I am having to make this little extra thick here because of the thick this gap, the space I have here, all right? And so with it being extra thick, okay, that way it doesn't run out like you're seeing here. Get that pressed into that corner. Pressed into that corner. Okay, I'm taking an upward motion. Whoops. Okay, I'm taking an upward motion here. And get that joint while I'm here. Okay, catch it at an angle. All right, and then we're just getting it pressed in. Okay, a little gap there. Get that pressed in. Okay. Get that, work that corner there. Okay. You just work it on down. All right. There's what I'm dealing with here. You can't really see it at this point. Okay. Get it up the front of your sponge of your this. Oh, I forget what this is called, but it's for grouting. It's a grouting sponge. Okay, and kind of catch it at an angle here the best you can, and get this worked in. Okay, I'm kind of coming up at an angle. All right. So again, I'm just kind of catching a little bit here on the top. I'm going to press it in up here. All right. And let's get that worked in there. Okay, I'm going to catch this here at an angle, kind of come in upward motion and across. Okay, catch this up here in that corner. All right. And continue to work this. All right, so I'm working this corner up here. Got to catch this joint. See this joint here. All right. And get that going. And get that worked, smoothed out. Okay, just coming back and I'm catching this. Okay, I'm catching that at an angle, getting that all pushed up in there. Okay. All right, let's catch that because it's got a high side. You catch it on the high side. Okay. Fill that in. You may have to come back with the second application. And that's okay. No worries. Second application, not a bad thing. All right. Now I've got my sponge here a little too wet. And so put that angle there. Okay. I'm not sure who's here. If you comment, I'll know who's here. I can get back with you when I'm done with this process after I get through here. But I'm going to be doing my pebble floor when I get done with the walls. But I'm got to get these walls complete first. Okay. Okay, now. Hey, Farmall, good to see you, bro. You got some pretty good videos going on of your hunting, doing that pre-test with your bow. Very good idea. I've never done any bow hunting. I've lived in Tennessee where I've done a little, but yeah, bow. I've always would like to learn how to do bow. First, you got to learn how to aim. That's a whole new animal in itself. That might be a video you could do if if you're up for it. Teaching how to aim, how to shoot a bow. Tennessee, yeah, it does. It really does. I'm getting this house all put together. Doing some updating here. Because I'm planning on moving back there, Tennessee, Arkansas, somewhere back there. Got to get this house up for sale, but I got to get this work done in here first. And I've got a fair amount of work to finish. I've completed one shower in one of my bathrooms. This is my second shower. The other shower I have some videos on. It's custom in its own way. Texas Life Jewelry. You've got some talent with your, what's that called? Using the yarn and everything. You're really talented with that stuff. Yeah, so I'm looking forward, Farmall, to getting back to the South. I really like it there. When I left and went there, I've been there a few times. But I moved there, came back to pick up my dad because he wasn't doing very well about 8-9 years ago. And anyways, he fell, broke his hip. And I came here to pick him up so he wouldn't, keep him out of a convalescent home or retirement home. So when he broke his hip, I stayed. But that was not in my plan. I really like it out there in the South. So hopefully here this coming summer, I'll be able to get back there. But I need to know, I like to learn how to shoot a bow because there's an art. There is an art to that. Right, I think I'm going to take this put this over here on my tripod. Thank you everyone for being here. If you comment, I'll be able to catch up with you after the live stream and make sure I visit your channel and everything like that and see what you've got going on. All right. Kind of get this positioned where I'm working here. If you're like me, you forget to hit the like button. So if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be appreciated. But yeah, and if you don't know one another, you know, make friends, you know. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Julie, you might do some videos, you know, on how to do that. You know, crochet. That's what it's called, I believe. How to crochet. That would be a good video. I know that's something my wife is wanting to learn, is how to crochet, how to knit. I'm trying to clean this up kind of as I go here. And I've got this thick as mud, literally thick as mud. That way it fills the cracks better now. The instructions say make it like mayonnaise, but it has a tendency to want to run out. And I've got some joints here that are a little bigger than what I like. And I'm not real happy with how it came out because of the thickness of the joints on some of it. So I am making this mud a little extra thick, but you know, why not, actually. This is a steam shower. That's why there's a ceiling in it. And I really like this. It's kind of like being in a sauna, you know. It's like a home sauna. And I really like it. I'm really looking forward to getting my river rock grouted. That'll be a huge, because that, you know, I get it grouted. It's really going to come to life. It's going to stand out and look really good at that point. Once that floor gets grouted, it's what's the word for it? It's going to just come to life. Because the grout has its own details, you know, it has its own character, the grout itself will, as it runs around and through and over a little bit over the edges of the river rock itself. And then you've got the river rock. So it's really a great combination. And laying this river rock, I'm here to tell you, it is the easiest flooring to put down. I paid $10 a mat of river rock, and the 2x2s that I used here on this wall, on my pot, my shower shelf, my shampoo shelf, the 2x2s are easy, by far. But the river rock, you can't go wrong. The river rock is just so user-friendly. Just when, if you're in the shower, you just want to make sure it all slopes towards the drain. And that's the tricky part. You know, they tell you 1/4 inch to the foot. Well, that's normal drainage, you know, for pipes. If you're running your pipes, you know, your water lines and stuff for drainage, your sewage line, they say a minimum of 1/4 inch to the foot. then they try to use that same method or that same, rule to the shower, and actually you don't have to do it. It can be more than 1/4 inch to the foot. Because 1/4 inch is just, that's nice if you can, but if you have it more than 1/4 inch to a foot, then, you are good. It drains really well. And the rule of thumb is on the drainage and all that is if your floor pitch or slope is so great that somebody that's unstable on their feet's going to slip and fall, then it's too steep. So, you've got a lot of room. If it's 1 inch to the foot, you're going to be okay. Depending on the size of your shower. Now this is about a 4 foot by 4 foot here. In this shower here, we've got about 4 foot by 4 foot, and that's the size. And so if it's 1 inch to the foot on the drop, so the back side you're up about 1 inch, 1.5 at your wall. By the time you move 1.5 foot, 18 inches, you got a pretty good slope. You just got to look at it, and it's a judgment call. What do you think? But it's not real critical. That's my whole point. And so that's what's up on the floor. If you get on YouTube or you Google ever, if you look at the pros and the cons and all the info that's out there on it, you can determine it can be 3/4 of an inch to the foot, and that's not bad. But again, you just gotta see what works for you. If on your level, it's half, you got a half a bubble on your slope, and you hit the half a bubble on the line, your level line, that'll work really well. If it's touching the line, it'll still drain, but it's a little, that's about what they're talking about, the 1/4 inch. Now, what I'm doing, okay, got all that there. Now let's see if I can't go back and catch this. Okay, that filled in there. Now, working outside the box, you take this putty knife, it's really flexible, and I'm just going to push that down in there. Okay, wipe off the excess here, come up here, get the excess off of there. Now, this isn't something you're going to read. They're not going to show you or tell you to do this. But again, you just got to, think outside the box a little bit. And because this works really well. All right, you get that in that corner really nice. And I have not seen any videos, read anything where they're showing to take a flexible putty knife and do this. All right. But again, this helps also for your cleanup. When you use your sponge, it gets off all the heavy, right? The other thing that I'm using to get the heavy off while it's damp, okay, is this. It covers more area, all right? Get that grout pushed up in there. And it gets off the excess, gets off the heavy stuff. It makes it better when you go to wipe it down. It takes most of the work out of wiping it clean. The only thing you're left with is the residue. Okay, I've got a joint right there. Okay, and now this is where, okay, I'll just take my putty knife and bam. See, quick and easy, no hassle. All right, but again, this isn't something you're gonna see anybody do. Now you got to be careful because you can dig out the joints if you're not careful, and it's probably why they don't show this or say anything about it, because you could create more work for yourself. Just got to, pay attention to what you're doing. All right, and then come here and take this, see, and okay, see. Now you don't want to breathe the dust either, so you want to do this when it's damp. Don't do it when it's dry. The dust, they say it's shown to cause cancer and birth defects. It's like, what? Now you tell me, right? But yeah, so when you're mixing it, use a mask, not the paper mask. When you put those little cheap paper masks on, you got air coming in from your nose, sucking in, okay? It's a joke. You want this type of a mask. Right here. This is a mask. You've got these air filters, and for this dust, it works great. They have better ones than that, even. I don't need these. They have ones better than that, okay? But that's just something to keep in mind. When you're mixing this stuff, if you ever mix it, do not use paper masks. I mean, I don't use them for anything. I'd rather take a scarf and put a scarf around my face and then fill in right here at the edge of my nose with some other material, or, that kind of a thing. So just keep that in mind that, okay, I'm going to have to add a little water to this. Well, no, I'm not going to add any water to this because I need it really thick over here. Now you shouldn't be bouncing around like this. You start in one area and you work every joint in that area from top to bottom. You don't bounce around because that's how you miss things, and you've got to go back later and you're kicking yourself. But I've got this mixed up really super thick, and I've got a spot here that I'm not happy with. Be okay once it's grouted, but I'm just not real happy with how it turned out in general. And let me get this positioned here so you can see what I'm talking about. Hazel. All right, now you can kind of get an idea what I'm talking about here. I will check the comments in the chat room when I'm done. Okay, I've got this joint right here, and this is going to do a better job than if I used the grout sponge. Okay. Now I've got plastic down here on my floor. Okay, again, this isn't something you're going to necessarily see anybody do, but this joint right here is a little bigger than what I like. This was a real challenging corner, and the first time to ever do anything like this. I've learned as an end result to having trying to hire some guys that either wanted too much money or they didn't know what they were doing. So, you know, time to man up and get her done, figure it out, and that's what we're doing. Now, if this was soupy, it wouldn't work. This is more like putty right now in its consistency, and it's working really well. Now, again, the instructions say to mix it up to the consistency of mayonnaise, and that's just when you don't have a problem area. Okay. You're just filling your grout joints. As you mix it up to the consistency of mayonnaise, and that's how you want to do it. Cleaning out this down here. All right, we'll be up there in a minute. I don't think you can see me at this point, but if there's anybody here in my community and you guys don't know one another, make friends. You know, united we stand, and united we are making it happen. We're just keeping it real. For sure, for sure. Okay. All right. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I can do that with this right here. This will be like perfect. Again, you just gotta think outside the box a little bit, be creative, do whatever it takes to get the job done, figure out what tool you can use to compensate. It's gonna work the best for you. And that's how I roll. Okay, see a little spot here. I need to kind of fill right there. And I'm at this finishing point here, and I'm really jazzed. This bathroom is a long time coming. And so I'm glad to be at this point. Let me tell you, it's like you're cruising, you're on the downhill side and you're just coasting, you know? That's what makes this so nice. You're just on the downside coasting. And so that's what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. Now, I'm getting here to this spot. Here. Okay, now time to reposition this. See who's here. We got 2 watching. All right, let me see if I can get you into that corner where I'm working right there. Okay, let's see. All right, so I believe you can see where I'm at here. I hope so. Now, I don't know how anyone else would do this, but it's how I'm doing it. And it's working really well. And I know a lot of guys, they will take silicone and put it here in this joint. Now, I have Mapes. Waterproofing on here on my walls, but we want to keep water out of the thing set. Okay, and so after I get through, I'm going to grout these. After I get through grouting the corners and it's dry, I am then going to take caulking the same color, and I'm going to caulk the corners in the shower. Okay, now this is a modified waterproofed grout. So, and then on my floor, I've got some waterproof water inhibitor mix I'm going to add to my grout for the floor, just to really double ensure it's staying sealed for years and years to come. And You can't go wrong by doing that. Okay. Okay, so I guess if I work smarter, not harder, I'm going to load up the edge of this trowel right here, and pick that glob up that fell. Don't want to step in it, you don't want to waste it. All right, so here we go. I'm going to press it up in there. I'm using the right tool for the job. You know, that always helps. So as I get that spread back up here at this outer edge of this trowel. Okay. Come over here and get that laid in there. Okay. Some of you are going, man, when's he going to do that? Is he ever going to use that trowel like that? I'm sure. Some of you were thinking, when are you going to use that trowel, kid? Well, sitting here talking for whatever that's worth. No excuses allowed. Not trying to make excuses. If you're keeping it real, you can't make excuses, right? It is what it is. I wasn't thinking about it. All right. Well, I don't think you can see up there where I'm working, though. I don't think you can see at all where I'm working up there. No, you can't, because I'm working right up there. All right, one more time. Right, I'm going to take and get this spread along this edge. Okay, get that pushed up there into the corner. All right, here we go. And we're going to catch this and squeeze it extra amount in there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And then come back, put pressure in the upper corner. Bam. And then come back here and clean it off. Okay, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Now, we're going to catch this next corner. I guess what I should do is turn this camera around where I can see the face of it so I know exactly what you're looking at. Okay, let me see here. All right. There you go. Now you can see the area I'm going to work next. All right. Here's my edge. Okay. Come up here and press that in. Turn it, tilt it up into it. Hold down. Okay. All right, that is looking good. Okay, now I'm just bringing this back up to the top. Okay, let me get that pressed in there now. Bring it to it. Pick up on the bottom, press in at the top, and pull down, press it in there. Okay. All right, get another, let's get some more put on here. Brad, if anybody still here, I appreciate you being here. Those that'll watch this video after, I appreciate you coming. I hope this is helpful. Hopefully you're learning a trick or two. And here we go. Okay. All right, now let's get this pushed back up to this edge. Okay. Get it back up there at the edge where we can use it. Goes where we want it to go and not all over the wall. Okay, here we go. And back and down. Press it in at that corner. Okay, again, I'm just getting this pushed back up here to the edge. I'm just going to pushing it down and rolling it over the top so it holds on to the edge of that up there at the corner. This corner at the edge of this trowel. All right. I see where it's kind of sunken back right here. And it comes back and that. Okay. Again, just kind of rolling this up and over on the edge. Okay. Okay, there we go. Pictures worth 1,000 words. What's a video worth? 1,000,000 words. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, what's a video worth? You know, you can watch what somebody's doing and you can decide, well, I'm going to do it like this. I think it'll work better. You know, and you kind of formulate your own method. You know, technique for you to try. And that's pretty cool. Or you go, man, I've never thought about doing it like that. And you just got an idea to do it, you know, another way, which you wouldn't have even considered. You see my pedestal lamp that's in here. Light for in here. Okay, I'm gonna get that on that edge. And let's get this here. All right, here we go. Now, by using the scraper on the walls, I would be in trouble right now if I wouldn't have used that scraper to get that heavy thin set off, grout off the walls. Okay, that would have caused a problem. But because I took that scraper and removed that excess, that has allowed me to spend this time doing this. And so it's definitely worth and makes it a little bit simpler and easier because you have it working on a time frame here. And I've just added a little bit more water to my thin set. That's what I'm doing. I mean, just a little bit of water. Just enough water on just off of this, you know, just kind of scooping in, just kind of putting a little bit into my thin set here. All right, now here we go. It'll spread a whole lot easier now. Okay, it was getting a little thick. Okay. All right, now. Push that little edge that you created on the ceiling into that corner. Okay. And I'm just bringing this up and rolling this over the top to lock the thin set in so it grabs the edge. Top edge of this. Push in, pick up, push in again, and down. Now you got this little edge up here of your thin set, all right? Take the upper edge of your trowel, just push it right in there and work it into the joint. Okay? I've been doing this, but I haven't been making it that obvious. Okay, now in this corner right there, here I got that joint. I'm going to take it, I'm going to spread this up right here, all right? And we're going to catch that right up there. Same principle. All right. Now let's catch this way. And now I'm going to take the putty knife and just make sure it's got plenty in there. Okay. Oh, the Constitution. You know, it's for everybody. I had heard that there's this guy I know, Hispanic, Mexican fella. His daughter was in school. And when it came to the Constitution in her political class, the instructor tells her the Constitution is for Americans, for white people. No, the Constitution is for everybody. You know, yeah, the Constitution is what makes America great. It's what has held America's greatness, along with God in the Bible, that a lot of people don't want to hear, but it's the truth. But anyways, the Constitution is for everybody. And if you don't know it, it's so important that we know it. Our politicians take advantage of the fact that they know that most Americans don't know it. They don't even know it like they should. I've been learning, and they take advantage of the fact that we don't know it. And I've been saying, in order for a president to become president, he should know the Constitution. You know, why hasn't this happened? Why isn't this the rule already? You know, I've just started to learn the Constitution, and I'm going, wait a minute. Everyone that runs for office in America, not just the presidency, ought to know the Constitution. And if I'm coming up with that, why hasn't it already happened? I can't be the only one that's had that thought. You know, why hasn't this been done? You know, that's the question. And I think part of it is the Constitution either gives the government permission to do, or it doesn't give them permission to do whatever it may be they want to do. So they choose to be ignorant of it, so they don't have to be held accountable to it. And I'm going, wait a minute. We're held accountable for everything we do, whether we're aware of it or not. And they get a pass on, they get, they're allowed to violate the Constitution and not be held accountable because they don't know and they choose not to know. You know, we need to make this mandatory for anyone running for a public office, political office. And that should already have been established years and years ago. I know our forefathers knew it. They wrote it. They knew it. So just something to think about. I'm just throwing it out there, catch. And so something to think about. They need to be held accountable, whether they know it or not. And laws that are passed that violate it need to be overturned. And it really should be that simple. You know, they're supposed to be public servants of the people. Supposed to be. But they don't want us to know that either, especially this young generation that doesn't know. And anybody that's coming to this country that's not from this country, if they don't know that, then they don't know. And they just roll with the flow. And that shouldn't be the case. All right. So I hope this grouting video here is helpful. Hope you were able to learn some things from it for sure. Yeah. Well, this is extra long here, and shoot, I haven't even got started on the grout yet, and I have my cleanup to do. So I'm thinking maybe I should probably end this and then start over with the grouting of the floor. So I'm sitting here debating whether I should do that or not. This is a really long video, but it's really important to me that the person's looking for information that they can find to get it done, because I remember looking for information and it just wasn't enough, and the information was here, there, and it wasn't enough information, bottom line. And so I decided I was going to do my channel. And on my channel, if you were watching a video, I was going to show you what I was doing, tell you, explain it to you. So if you didn't know, it give you something to work with. And you can walk away and hopefully get your project done, or at least give you enough information, you can figure it out. And purpose for my channel. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm scraping right down below that edge, getting off this excess. Because if you don't, it's going to be a lot of work to try to remove with the sponge. You can do it with the sponge, but it's just a whole lot of work trying to rub this off with the sponge. And what I'm doing is not what they recommend. They don't even tell you to do it this way. But like I was saying, they don't want you breathing the powder. The powder can cause birth defects and cancer. Cancer is running rampant in our country. And that shouldn't be the case. So you don't want to breathe the dust. I'm scraping this off while it's still damp right now, so I'm not breathing any dust. Okay. So all right. I appreciate everyone that's been here. I'm going to stop this live stream. I hope it was beneficial. Hope you learned something. And look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Share. And don't forget the thumbs up. Bye for now. And thanks for being a part of my community. If you're not, subscribe. And hit the bell. Tap the red words that say subscribe. Tap the words. You'll see a bell. A bell will appear. Tap the bell. You get the parentheses around it, and you'll be subscribed. That's how that works. Tap on the letters that are red. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Bye for now. God bless. And never give up, because there's always a way. Bye for now. Trying to get this done. I've got the stencil on my hands, and it's not letting me close it. There we go. Now it's working.